Kid Davy here. Today I want to show you how to make this interlocking accordion book. It's actually two long accordions that are woven together to create this really fun structure. It's actually really easy to make. It doesn't require any stitching or gluing. And with the tools that you need to make this book are some scissors, a bone folder, a pencil with an eraser, an X-Acto knife, and a ruler. The paper that you need to make this book, pretty simple. You need two long pieces of paper that are 3 inches tall by 14 inches long. Contrasting, so one can be solid and the other patterned, as in this example right here. And one should be stiffer, so it can be between 40 and maybe 50-pound weight paper. And then the other should be lighter weight, and it's nice if there's pattern on both sides. So for example, you see that there's two different patterns on the front and the back of the accordion that gets woven in between. The other paper is solid, so you have a nice contrast. So 3 inches by 14 inches, two pieces of paper, two different weights, and then you need a template. And the template will help you. The template will end up looking like this, and I'll walk you through it. But the template will help you know where to cut this triangular opening, and then also the shape of the accordion that gets woven through that opening right there. So this template can just be a piece of scrap cardstock, and it should be 1 3/4 across this way and 3 inches this way. So simple ingredients to make this book. So we're going to start by making a template, and what you need for that is your ruler, pencil, and that piece of paper that's 1 3/4 by 3. So what we're going to do first is measure down on the right hand side 5/8 of an inch from the top. So I'll put a little tick mark right there, and then 5/8 of an inch on the bottom. Okay, we'll come back to those. Then we're just going to draw a line from here to here. And draw a line from here to here. So far you have an X and a tick mark at 5/8 of an inch and another one 5/8 of an inch from the bottom. And I'm going to draw a line from this tick mark to here, and then this tick mark to there. Oops, that's a little bumpy. I think I'm going to have to fix that when I do the cutting. Okay. And then I'm going to draw a line from that 5/8 of an inch tick mark up to that corner, and from this 5/8 of an inch tick mark over to that corner. I know it seems a little bit complicated, but it will become clear as we make the book. Okay, so those are all the lines that you should have. An X, 5/8 of an inch here and here, lines from the 5/8 of an inch to the center, 5/8 of an inch to the center, and from 5/8 of an inch up to that corner, and 5/8 of an inch over to that corner. And now I'm just going to use my X-Acto knife and ruler to cut out that little triangle there. And I'm going to correct for where I made the boo-boo before. Whoop. see, I do need to do a little correction here. Sorry while I take the time to do this. Okay, and there we have our template. So I'm going to set aside the template for now, and I'm going to be folding this 3 by 14 inch piece of paper into 8 equal sections. Okay, so if you wanted to, you could, at every 1 3/4 of an inch, score it, and then you would have 8 equal sections. But what I like to do is a series of foldings, so I know that each one of the sections is exactly 1/8 of the entire length. So first of all, I'm going to fold it in half, like that. And if you've got a bone folder, you can use your bone folder to make a crisper fold. Then I'm going to bring one of the ends up to that fold right there. I'm going to open that up, reverse that fold, and bring this fold over to that fold. And then I'll bring this flap here up to those 2 folds, the center fold. Okay, then I'm going to turn it over, and I'm going to fold in half again, bring this end up to the center line. This paper's so thin I can just use my finger to fold it. And then I'm going to reverse this fold here and bring it up to that center fold. And then I've got one final fold. Okay, so now I have a long strip that's divided into 8 equal sections. So I'm going to go ahead and do that with my plain cardstock-like piece of paper. Okay, now I need to cut this triangular opening through this stack of folded paper, and our template's going to help us with that. So you start to do that with the open end on the left, so I need to turn this around. So the open end is on the left, and then I can just put the template on top like this. And I'll put a little pencil mark right here, and right here, and here. And this lets me know where I need to cut out this opening through the stack of accordion. So I'll just get my metal edge ruler, my relatively sharp X-Acto knife, and I'll cut the other one quickly. Whoops. So I finished cutting out that triangular shape, and when you open it up, you see it's a diamond shape, just like in my example here. And now it's time to cut the decorative or pattern paper in a completely different shape. So to start cutting that, what I need to do is I want to make sure, once again, that the open end is on the left-hand side, as for example there. And you see I'm going to be cutting from here to here and here to here. So I'm going to use, whoops, sorry, my hands were out of view there. I'm going to need to make some pencil marks here. So it's open here, and then I'm going to be cutting from here to here, but I want to know exactly where, so I'm going to put my template there. My template's not that great, is it? But I'm going to be cutting from here to here and here to here, so I get this sort of a shape on the second accordion. So I'm going to go ahead and slice from here to here. There's the little mark right there, from here to here. Okay, and now I have the two components of my book ready to weave together. Okay, we're ready to start weaving the pattern paper into the solid paper. And I'm going to start, as in my example, with the pattern paper open on the right, and then also the solid cardstock open on the right. And I'm going to leave out on this side this first triangle, and I'm going to weave through that opening, and I'm pulling it out over on the other side. It's a little bit squirrely, but it'll work. And now you can see how the first, or the outside, works. And this paper is single-sided, so whether this is the front or the back, one of the front or the back will not have pattern. This paper here has pattern on both sides, so there's no issue. With this one, because there's only pattern on the inside, that's what happens. Okay, then I'm turning the page, and you can see that there's a flap or a triangle here. So I'm going to leave that flap or triangle, and then push through all of the other pages through the next opening. Pull it through. It's a little bit unwieldy. Oops, I need to go through one more. Okay, so there's my front flap, second page, and then I need to leave this folded area in between these pages here, so I'm going to push through to the next page. Okay, so here's the front. Here's the pattern paper in between. It's been pulled out in between this diamond shape, and we did the second one also. And then we're going to leave this section in between and push this through here. And then back through this diamond right here. So you can see how they're woven with each other. So here is the front or the back. You can see that it's interchangeable. And the two accordions are woven together. Ta-da! I hope you have fun making this book, and please check my channel for other free tutorials.